say, you got to the top because maybe you did not have any rough background.
Yes.
Some will say maybe because the parents are connected, they know this, maybe they were rich, he was born with a silver spoon, maybe that's why he was able to rise to the top like this. Can you tell us how your journey looked like towards greatness?
I started business at the age of 15 years.
Like you said, politics is a game whereby you get offended. As the Saki community offended you in the last election, that wasn't working.
Saki can never offend me.
So you opt?
Yes, I opt very, very well. Today, I may be a politician, but let me tell you, I'm a good businessman.
Wow.
Oh, Saki community today, I didn't lose that election. Let me tell you, the figure of that election, the actual figure that she even read is 230.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Africa. This is Juggernaut Africa again. We speak from Saki West local government. The conversation this morning is going to be a very dynamic one and a sophisticated one also. Quickly, I would like to introduce all the participants in the studio who are going to be conversing with our special guest in the studio. I'd like to introduce to you the chairman architecture influencer, the chairman Juggernaut Africa, and then the chairman Oladi Zephaniah brand, and he's also the latest #1 architect.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much.
He just received the honor, the award of the best architect
That's
of
great.
the year.
That's great.
That's great.
So welcome.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Oladi Zephaniah.
Thank you so much.
And myself, I'm Agbola JS. My name, I now got a title lately. We'll talk about where the title come from later.
Honorable.
So I'm now honorable Agbola JS. Just call me Agbola,
That's great.
Agbola JS.
You will still tell us who gave you that title.
Soon. It's cool. We are having, things are changing, the tides are changing, and the political space is now picking the right face. Gone are the days when you run after people in the office, but now when the youth are taking the space in the political space, particularly, we are now having a touch on people in the aim of affair. Not all anyway. We have youths who have been in offices in political space, and then they are unreachable, untouchable, unseeable. They turn to ghosts almost immediately. But the case of this man is different. In fact, he will talk about himself more than I can. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Juggernaut Africa. Please welcome with me Honorable Femi Julius Okedoyin, Omo GB.
Thank you.
Presently is the chairman of your House Service Commission. Today is going to be heated. That's why I'm sure the manager has turned on the AC and everywhere is cool, because this conversation is going to be history revealing, and then it's going to be superb. Once again, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's a
Welcome,
pleasure.
sir.
It's a
Welcome
pleasure.
to it, sir.
Yes.
Please, who is Honorable Femi Julius?
Anyway, like you've rightly said before, I'm Honorable Femi Julius Okedoyin, former member representing Saki West State Constituency, and presently I'm chairman of Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission. So, I was born in Saki, grown up in Saki, primary school, secondary school, ND stage, national diploma in local government studies. So before I now proceeded to Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife to study the same course, local government study, BSc.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I am.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So you mean you actually came from Saki town in Oyo State?
Yes.
And you schooled all through?
Yes.
Secondary to
Yes.
national diploma?
I was born in Haiti, in Shaki.
Wow.
And I went to the Abata Ogun demonstration primary school.
Okay.
Abata Ogun. That was the former technical college, but now command school.
Okay.
So that was where I schooled at primary level. Then I proceeded to Baptist High School, Idiaraba Shaki.
Wow.
That was where I had my secondary school education. Then after that, I proceeded to, then it was a Polytechnic Ibadan, Saki Satellite Campus. That was where I had my ND in local government studies. So after that, I think it meant that I need to proceed. I don't want to go in line of HND. Let me go for BSc. So that's why I go for direct entry, and in the same course, that's local government studies. So at least, and I have some of my Shaki indigenes too that were course mates. Why people like he's a road safety officer now, Gafar. Is from Agbile family. Wow. So we both went there. I have one Afolabi Sunday in Salopi. Those are my course mates. That was where I was
actually going, because as a big man that you are now, people would want to say, they don't start from anywhere. I would just want to, just like you have mentioned, just speak about two from primary that you can just remember, two persons you can remember. You had your primary education together, and then two from secondary, two from ND, and then two from the BSc section.
Okay.
If you can still remember.
If they say I should mention somebody that we went to the same primary school, I will mention Olawu Abiodun, now in UK.
Wow. Okay, that is in the secondary category.
Yeah, no, primary.
Okay, primary. Okay.
You know,
at Abata Ogun?
Yeah, no. I first went to Baptist Medical Center.
Okay.
Yeah, primary school. Okay. So it was when, like, around primary 4, when we relocated from the area that we stayed before. So the distance from that place to Baptist Medical School is too far. Okay. So they need to choose a close by school for us that time. So, but you know, my primary school, I always remember Biodun Lawu. Yeah, because that time our mom was working at the police station. She will cook their lunch food and keep it for them. So when we stay in the same area, which is okay soon at that time. So our own house is beside the Baptist Medical Center. Okay. The fence that link to Ajegunle garage, that former garage. So it is their own house is very close here. There's one Damilola Street. Okay. And that's where their own house is. Instead of me to pass through Ajegunle direct to go to my house, I won't. I'll follow Biodun down to his house first. So when we now got to Biodun's house, then there were two. Him and one of his younger brother. So Biodun will now share his own amala and the meat. Wow. I say, my friend should eat this one. Yes, you eat this one. So those memories I always have. It's the only one I always mention when we talk about primary school days. But notwithstanding, I still have some of my friends that we grown up together and I'll pass out through primary school, which is Folaromi Abbas. Wow. He's into aluminum, this burglary something now. Okay. That's what he's doing. So when you go to Ajegunle now, you see his shop opposite the former garage. Wow, so that's we popularly call him F. Abbas. So I remember. So those are the two childhood friends.
And you are still in contact with them?
Yes,
now,
we do talk. In fact, it's because I was rushing down to this place. I could have waited in his shop and say, "Alright, wow. Happy New Year." Okay. And by tomorrow, I'm going to host some of my old friends in my house. Wow. They will come, and even there's and when we talk of there's one of our promising a police officer now that people have not known. That's Olomitutu Bumi.
Wow.
So now,
Female.
it's a,
Female.
you know
A
him?
female.
So it's my friend too,
Wow.
and we'll be together by God's grace tomorrow. So, and when we talk of secondary school days, at least I have some of my friends that were still in good contact. We have Benjamin Oladosun. They do chat me up. We have Amao Babatunde. We do chats. And we have Adebayo Shade. That's my senior prefect girl. So she's Mama Ibeji now. Wow. She even married a senior brother at the back of our house.
Wow.
So like that. Some of us, we do chats when it comes to, there is no any position you be in life. You are there not for yourself. God specifically placed you there to assist others and lift others up. So that's what the meaning I gave to being a post. So some of us will relate with chats, but for security purpose and for privacy, I may not mention in deep. Yes.
So we've been able to clear that of primary and secondary. At least now everyone knows that Honorable Okedoyin went to school.
Yes.
The issue of you cannot be our president, you did not go to school.
Bring your certificate.
The time you said you went to that school, the school has not been created.
But for record purpose, I can mention in 2000 that I passed out about Ogun, demonstration primary school about Ogun in 2001.
Who are those you graduated, you schooled with at that? Because about Ogun is no more anyway.
People that they are, you still there.
DTC
DTC, they just shift. They shifted the school to very close to the place. It's more outside now than inside. And the school is still there. I have even the area I live now in Komi. So we have Nasiru now. The guy is organized opposite Oreofe. So it's one of my classmates. He went to that school too. And the Abbas I mentioned earlier, him also still went to the school.
Now, sir, some people will say you got to the top because maybe you did not have any rough background.
Yes.
Some will say maybe because the parents are connected, they know this, maybe they were rich, he was born with a silver spoon, maybe that's why he was able to rise to the top like this. Can you tell us how your journey looked like towards greatness?
Let me just say, I wasn't born with golden spoon or silver spoon.
Wow.
I was born rough. But one thing I just believe, with God Almighty, someone will achieve his or him. That's one thing I believe. You see, my father was a civil servant because he already retired. He's no more in service now. And my mom, she's a businesswoman, up to date.
Wow.
And the kind of business my mommy does was all this Yoruba we say alajapa. People that do different business. She sells yams. She sells the yam flour. If pepper comes today, she sells it. She does seasonal business.
Okay.
So you understand. So, and now, my own story itself, I was the only grown-up male that was with her then.
Wow.
So I was the closest person to her at that time.
Wow.
So all this commodity I'm mentioning now, I was the one that would even carry it on my head to go and sell it for her.
So you hugged?
Yes, I hugged.
Wow.
Very, very well. I hugged pepper.
Wow.
I hugged copper.
Wow.
I hug. There's this thing again, yam.
Wow.
Yes, all various commodity that my mom sells then. Wow. So I help her to hug them. So somebody is talking about being born with silver spoon,
yes,
or golden spoon. I wasn't born.
Wow.
With silver spoon or golden spoon. In fact, up to date, I still have all this old mama that they do buy pepper from me.
Wow.
Around Okelefun,
Wow.
Asunara,
Wow.
come down to Iya. Because the way I do move that time, we still at Komi. So from Komi down to Ajegunle, from Ajegunle down to Idigba, Idigba to Igboro, Igboro to Town Hall area, from Town Hall area to Asunara, Asunara to Okelefun, Okelefun now down to Iya, Iya down to Sengo, Sengo now back to Ajegunle. That's the route at which I drove that time.
But while you are doing it that time, don't you feel as if it's suffering, it's something that you don't need, or it's something that is going to make you not become whom you are today?
My brother, I said earlier on that I studied local government administration.
Yes, sir.
But today, I may be a politician, but let me tell you, I'm a good businessman.
Wow.
And it is even business that raised me up to what people knows today.
Wow.
Now, I can tell you that I did not go into business administration in my ND or my university's days. But where I learned how to do business was when my mom was training me with this hawking of it.
Wow.
So I got business experience through my mom.
Wow.
So if you are helping your mom to hawk today, don't see it as a sufferness or as a suffering, but see it as a stage of preparing you for greater things in life. So that's my best testimony about my mom. Because that time, if she returned back to home, she would call me and said, Femi, I bought this one, this also amount. We should sell it this also amount. So we'll make this kind of gain. From there, I got many experience. And I can tell you, what people don't know about me, even when I was working for my mom do tell me that, okay, you can save money. So when you save money, I'll help you buy small good. So on beside his own market too, I will put my own small market there.
Wow.
So we'll sell it together. So whatever money I make is on my own purse.
Wow.
So through then I gained a lot of experience. That's how to do it.
So when was the first time you had your first money? It was amazingly significant.
Let me tell you this. I started business at the age of 15 years.
Wow.
Yes. It might not be totally independent, but doing business, I started at the age of 15. And that time, I was still even working for my mom. I helped her to sell, move around. Now, I started by rearing this, we call it cockerel that time. Okay. That time, I don't think we have this breed of broilers.
Okay.
So, and there's anybody that knows about rearing of fowls that time, you know what they call a bayodu. There's somebody called a bayodu.
Okay, yeah.
Popularly very popular in Shaki then.
Yeah.
So we do goes to a bayodu along Barak Road. Yes. Very close to that where we have that power station for NEPA there. Now, that time I think we used to buy the young the dayhood. No, we don't have the capacity to nurse dayhood. But when it's 6 weeks, that's when we buy it. I think we used to buy it 70 naira.
Wow.
Or the costly one then was 90 naira.
Wow.
So any money I saved, I would just keep that money. If it's up to like 1,000, so I will just go there. Say I want to buy 10 pieces of cockerel. So I'll take it home. I'll be ready, saving money to buy their food. When they grown up, I'll sell. So at least I'll make some money from there. That time, at least if they are very good and big, you can sell like 3,000. So at least now imagine if God help me that maybe the 10 grown up, nothing happened to them. So which means I'm making 3,000 times 10. So as at that time, the value of 30,000.
Yeah.
So like that, I started getting little money and keeping it. And by getting those money that time, I don't see it as if I knew that I've made money. So I still believe I have higher place to go. So whatever I got today is to save for the betterment of tomorrow. So that is my orientation. God gave me that kind of spirit right from my childhood. So, and I don't believe there's something that I cannot do. I don't believe that. So I have that spirit in me, the spirit of I can do it. So wherever I aim at, wherever I have the feelings in me that I need to do this thing. So I don't care. I don't care of any discouragement along the line or along the way. I just remain focused, and I believe God will do it.
So the biggest hit in business.
In business, okay, you mean the big, yeah, it's not. It's
Because
not.
we are so sure that the money of corporate
cannot
come. Made a big man.
Yes.
And let's even know if you could not sleep the first night when the money came.
Yes. Okay. Which means if you want to know this now, I have to tell the story.
Yes,
The story
yes.
is long.
Yes.
Now, when after hearing those cockerel of 18, so all this New Year and Christmas, like a season that we have now, we do invite photographer. They will come to our house. They will take us picture. They will just. So one day we invited one photographer to our house. He took us picture. And one of my friend, Tunde Ajile, so it's my childhood friends too. We went to the same primary school, and our house is second street to each other. So we are very close to them. So Tunde will come to my house after dressing up with Christmas clothes, and I also will dress up. He will come to my house. We will take picture. We'll somehow go back to his own house too. So I just saw the camera now. There's a camera called SM11 that time. So it's automatic. I just saw the guy. I said, and I can do this thing. I can be taking these photographers. So I now asked the photographer that day. I said, how much is the camera? I thought whether he said whether 10,000 or 15,000. I couldn't remember the exact figure that time. But with the price he called, I think that I have the money now. I can buy now. I also can be taking pictures now. Okay. From there, I began to be saving, and I got the money to buy the SM11. I bought the SM11. And that time I was in a GSS2, going to GSS3. So I took the SM11. I told some of my colleagues, I'm taking picture. I can snap a picture. I can do this. I can do that too. So from there, many people know me in Idiaraba, the Baptist High School. Say, Femi photo. So I started taking people pictures like that. There's this of my amazing customer. I've forgotten her name. She's from Giwa's family, 30 there. So very light lady like this. So she'll say, come and snap me. I'll snap her pictures. And when you have people of light complexions, they always improve the quality of pictures. So that girl that day, she was like just a means of my advertisement that time. So I always like to take her pictures. So there was a picture I took her that time when I got to the lab here. That time we have SAGMOS. There's a lab. There's a lab there at Banusho. Okay. That's SAGMOS that time. That place was owned by the late Alaji 3030. So when I got there, their printer that time, his name was Nancy's. The guy is from Cote d'Ivoire. So, sorry, Burkina Faso. So when he saw the picture, he said they should go and call the photographer that took this picture. You want to be sure. So that, because that time their engine had a problem. So they are trying to fix it. And if you want to do color balancing that time, you have to get a good pictures that you'll be using to set when you want to print. So he just said they should call me. I want to see me. When they say, which camera did I use to take this picture? I said it's SM11. The printer said, no, you can't believe. that is not. That even the professional people say, they don't take picture like this. I now go and bring the camera. I brought the camera, I show him that this. He said, wow. The guy now encouraged me. He said, if I could take pictures that is good with this kind of camera, at least if I get good camera again, I will be able to do more. So the guy encouraged me that whatever I'm getting from this now, I should please and be saving so that I can still get more professional camera. So when he told me, I started saving. So whatever I get from that, I save it. So I now got money to buy more advanced camera. That's Yasika. I bought Yasika. So when I started taking picture with Yasika, later the guy still called me again that Yasika is not the last camera that you buy. This one is still amateur camera. You still need to buy professional camera. Now, so all those stories I was telling you, I was still in SS1 that time. So, and you know, it will be fair. It was challenging combining your academic pursuit with new business with camera, but I just have that determination and focus that I want to be a popular and professional photographer. So later, I still raise money. I traveled down to Lagos as young as I was that time. So I traveled to Lagos. I met one of my father's younger brother there that stayed in Isholo. So he took me to Ikeja. So we checked around. The money I got that time could not buy the camera that I want that day. So we now return back home. So that my uncle now, he observed me that I wasn't happy. You understand that? Because I don't got that camera. He now promised me that I should give him 2 days. I should stay 2 days. He's going to raise money for me to join money to buy the camera. That was how he raised money. We now went back. I got the exact camera that I wanted that time. That was how I started blowing in the area of photograph. So from there, that. And I had one friend that time. Yeah, her name is Pina. She's a female. So she's from Barak. She now said, Femi, you are a good photographer now. We need photographer in the Barak. You can be coming. We do take photograph in Barak. So one of these days, come. So she now gave me an appointment that I should come maybe the following week. When I went there, she introduced me to different block. That is a new photographer. She's good. I mean, he's good. Is this and that and that. So some people at least tested me that very day. So I took them pictures, lots like that. After that, I printed it out. I returned it back to them. I showed them. I said, this is a good photograph. Like that. I got the connection to their headquarters there in Asabari Barake 244. So when I got there, the military personnel there begin to use me. When they have a program, they adopt me as their official photographer. Being a civilian, they adopt me. All the CEO, the retired General Fuali, I work with him. Retired General Hina, I work with him. General Mohammed, I work with him. It's two Mohammed, the second Mohammed too. I work with him. Then there's this, it's now a general, MSA Ali. I work with him also. Like that. The general, they were cornered then when they were here, but they got promoted before their retirement to general. So I worked with them, took them different pictures. So then I was having it good. Yes. Because, when you, to the level of taking picture, covering army events, you know what it means. Even if their general comes from Abuja, all over, I did want to cover the program. So that's how I began. Now, there was a peacekeeping mission that they were going. That's Sudan. That was the time Nigeria was going for peacekeeping. So it was this 244 Riki battalion that is to lead that team down to Sudan. So now they are to lead like over 3,000 soldiers down to Zuza. I was given the passport photograph contract.
Wow.
So that I should be the one to take all their passport. So,
3,000
soldiers, yes.
Wow.
So and as at that time we take 4 passports, 4 copies, like 250, 300. So I give discount that okay, it's 200. So at least I can match 2 people together or 3 people to stand, and I'll stick them their picture. So just money to print. One will cover 3 people. So I do 2,000. So I got the money that time. So when I got the money, so this money is not money that I will just blow like that. You know, and let me say it's good to always have people that will guide you in life. A good mentor. You understand that we always put you through stages of life. So that time I have one of my father at that time, Reverend Mike Badigeshi. So he was even one of my teachers in secondary school.
Is it the same Reverend Mike?
So anytime we discuss a lot, because some of our teachers do discourage me when it comes to that issue of photograph, because I was still in secondary school. So they don't want me to be doing it, say it will affect my education. But here is the man that will come here and encourage me that don't stop it, but don't let it affect your study. So always when you get home at night, no matter how tired you are, revise, check your book, still study it, so that you can. And I can bet with you, I was the best student in government. When I passed out during our valedictory service, I got the award that time. So back to the normal lane. So when I got that money that time, I said, okay, I need to buy a land. I have that orientation at the time that if I could buy land.
Even in secondary school then?
Yes.
Wow.
If I could buy a land and I keep this land for like good 6 years, that land, at least I'll get bigger money.
So you thought of it or he told you?
No, I thought of it myself. I now went to him.
So I told you let's state already.
From secondary school.
That's why I told you that there are some silent things if you don't know. Because let me tell you, you can't make it in life by being noisy. You can't make it. No. And there are some sacrifices you have to make to get to some places in life. That time, some of my friends do wear expensive shirts, expensive shoes. I won't buy it. I always keep that money. Now, I bought that land that time. So, I bought one. One is still in existence up to date. I still, when you go to Mami Market now, after the Mami Market a bit, there's a right to our right like this. You see a land there. I'm the owner of the land. So that was the land I bought then. So and I now bought another 5 plots. That was him. So after buying that land that time, I have visions that in the next 6 years or 7 years, that land I'll get something tangible from the land. So that was what I used the money made from the photograph of Sudan trip. That was the money I used it for. And then I started.
How much did you buy it as at that time? So,
I bought each plot of land 150,000.
wow.
I think I bought 150,000.
That's still expensive.
But yes, that's a very big money. I made money that time. And even that time I bought machine. There's a popular machine that time, we call it tike. So if you are using that machine in Shaki that time, you are a big boy. You are a big boy. So you're using it. You see, that machine do get a white plastic design like this.
Okay,
so not even Ajwe.
Okay.
There's one, it's a Japan machines. So Honda.
Okay.
We call it Honda. Japan machine, Honda 90, they write it there. Okay. So if you have that machine, you are a big boy.
Okay.
that time in Shaki.
Wow.
So I bought that machine that time too. So in fact, I even said I would buy a car, but my parents and my mentor said no, the money, keep it. You can buy a machine because of your photograph business. So
sorry, you still continue in that line.
Yes. Yes.
something dropped on my mind. I didn't mean at that time you had a car, and then you later bought the car.
Yes.
Now, when people of that age make success, we think it's Yahoo or ritual. Would you have been seen as a ritualist at that time?
We'll get there, my brother.
All right.
There's a story coming towards that. I will shock you on that issues like that.
All right.
So now, like that, and this one I'm telling you now, that time I've left secondary school. So I've graduated from secondary school. So I'm no more in secondary school. So at the point of seeking for higher institution admission. So that was the process. So that period, I had a little delay because I did my first admission process to OAU 2007. But unfortunately, I couldn't get the admission. I passed, I did everything, but I couldn't get. So that period that I was outside, I made good use of it. You understand? I made good use of that period. So that period, I was still moving with my business, photograph business, up and down, this and that. Later, there was a day, that's why I told you, there's no how I will write my story that I will not write the military personnel. They really play a vital role in my life, the military personnel. I don't know the August rank now, but he was a captain there, Captain Jokotoye. So that time, yes, that time, it's a Yoruba man from Ogbomoso. So he's a doctor in the army. So he had one trailer that time. So that trailer, he gave it to some managers that they should be helping him to manage it. So they are not managing the vehicle well. So, and here is the Egmont that we are very close. Yeah, so we are very close. When I now got to him one evening like that, so I saw his mood that he wasn't happy at all. I said, Egmont, because I don't call him Oga. I usually release, I say, Egmont, it's occasionally I call him Oga. I say, Egmont, what's going on? Say he wasn't happy that we went to operations. When he returned back, the money he got there, he just invested in a trailer that they should, that so that he will be making some money there. But all this while, these people didn't manage it well. So every morning they realized they would just hit it up. So like that, like, I say, where's the vehicle? Say the vehicle is in Igboho. So I say, okay, that you should not worry. I have friends that do that are into managing trailers. That this thing that I should wait. I will consult them and help him out in the area. Now there's there's a guy called Hamidu. Then and Farouk, they are son of Alhaji late Alhaji 3030. Shoot 3030. So I consulted them that one of my boys having this also trailer, and I don't know if you can be helping us to be giving us load to Lagos. And so immediately I said so. That Hamidu now said, he's having one load at Aleni Border Road in Irawo axis there. That's so that I should please that I should come now. That at least it's going to connect me. So like play, Hamidu just gave me that connection. I now got load of 250,000.
Amazing.
Down to Lagos, of which it has never happened since that Captain Jokotoye then purchased that trailer. So when we got there, we got the load, and let me tell you, when the driver saw me, he said, my enemy has arrived now. So he started relating with me in a very bad way, but I don't care. I know I want to help a brother who has been helping me. So I remain focused. So I now left my own photograph work to help me monitor that thing. I said, because the officer told me that, Femi, if you left these people, that they should carry this load to Lagos by themselves, before they arrive, they will tell me that they bust 2 tires. So all the gain they made now, so it's going to be spent on tires. So you have to. I say, okay, no problem. I'll follow them. That's how I now follow them. I start inside the vehicle like this. I said, so when we got on our way going, this man did all he could to discourage me of not. So we try. You know, on returning back to Shaki, we came back with 300,000 profit after all the expenditure. I now presented the money to the captain then. I'm sure Egbo is a colonel now. I'm sure. But it is belong that we discuss. Now, he said, Femi, wow. So we can make money like this? I've never done this. Egbo started praying for me, doing this thing. I said, you should not worry. We'll try. So I tried managing. Now, there was a day we now went for one load. That Alaja, they call it Alaja Sabe. The woman, she's from Sabe. She stay at Jalo that day, down here in Ishaki. So the woman asked us to help her carry wood. We call that wood, they saw this lock, so that they will just dress for corner. But timber. But it's in form of big wood. So we help her to load it to Ikorodu in Tamaga. So when we uploaded the goods that very day, so I met some of the people that worked there. From there, some of them, I started approaching them. How is this business? Some of them just put me through. Okay, how much can someone invest to get one truck down to Lagos? That time, it's around 650, 800,000.
Wow.
You understand? And I look at, okay, 600. As of now, physically, I can raise physical cash of 300,000 now. And I have some assets, properties that I can sell to start this kind of business. From there, I said, I will try and do this business. So when we returned back to Shaki, we went for another load at Igboho. So when we got there, I contacted some of these guys. I'm interested in business. This is like that. So I started putting money on my own. So the next load like this, it was my own load. I now told the Egbo that Egbo, this one is my personal load. I'm into this business again. That's why I started business of timber exporting. That's how I got in. So from there, you know, and when you go for a trip, at least you make gain of 200,000 at once, 300,000 like that. You know, how many photographs you take people? That's it.
I will give you 200K.
So from there, gradually, I started withdrawing from photographs. So that's how I switched into timber exporting. So from there, I started connecting in Lagos, Shagam, like that. So when I got that connection, so and I got the information and I got to know that our own breed of wood here is still less quality. We still have higher quality in Kwara State, Kogi. Okay. So from there I moved down to those areas. So from there, that's how God started making things open, goes my own way, like that. So when you go one trip, you started making 1 million. You started making 2 million at times. So because the way the business is that it follow exchange rates. If the exchange rate shoot up, so you are making more money. So there was a time, I just uploaded some goods in Shagam that time, and it was during President Goodluck Jonathan. So he said he stopped exportation of timber that time. So just uploaded my goods stayed on ground for good 1 year. That's no sales, nothing of it. Immediately they said they lift that ban like this. I got extra profit of 3.5 million.
Wow.
So people that don't know. But you know, if I come down to Shaki, you can never know whether I have something or not. So I'm cool. In fact, I'll just go to Akpenete in front of Tulu Lomo. There's one of our assembly there that's my assembly. I do sit down. I just be playing with my people. We'll do hit wasa wasa together.
They will not know the pocket is loaded.
So you understand?
Filled
This
with
is how
cash.
we play with, so you understand, like that. Now, along the line when I was doing that was now my dad now called me one day. He now said he knows that I'm doing well, but one thing that he wants from me is that I should please complete my education to BSc level. So if I have that BSc and I served, his mind is free with me that I should please, he want me to, that ND that I'm having, he don't want me to stop there. So he want me to proceed. And I follow my parents. I say, okay, I will go on process of direct entry. So that will go. That's why I processed direct entry to Obafemi Awolowo University. And to God be the glory, I got the admissions at that time. So I was doing my business. I was still studying local government study for BSc level that time. Like that, 3 years, I finished up the course.
Did your parents contributed to sponsoring that BSc in any way, financially?
Yes, my dad did.
But you already had money.
Yes, I will tell you a story. I was duped along the line. There was a setup on me. It was a very tough story. So, and it was exact time that I got that admissions that they asked us to pay. So, in fact, I was left with nothing that time. So, I could remember my daddy has to go and get loan. He got loan from cooperative because then he worked at the former Osada, now Osada. So he got loan and gave it to me that time. So that was the money I used to pay my acceptance fee and this thing. So later, when I was in school, trying to raise capital again to start the business all over. So that was the picked up again. But you know, that dupe gave me more experience. So because let me say this, anybody that grown up from this our axis, we always do things straightforward. So because we're not trained to dupe people, so we do now we relate with people outside like that, but it's not like that outside. So I was too open that time. So I don't know whether people have interior motive in relating with you in business. So I got duped, and in returning back, so I came back strong. So my brother, the story of making millions, that was how I got my money. But I was not lousy. So people don't know whether Femi is making something until the thing blow up.
So when you go to school, you picked up again?
You said?
You picked up again financially when you go.
Yes, I picked up. Yes, I picked up. Because don't forget, I told you that some of the money I got that time, I do not spend it. I do use it to invest. I can buy land. I can buy this. So I, after having that problem, I fall back to some of the property I have. I need to sell them to return back to the business.
Okay. I want to pose this way. When you finish your program at BSc level,
yes,
you were still into the business.
Yes, I'm still into the
you
business.
Were making money.
Yes, I'm making it.
You are successful at that time.
By the special grace of God.
So what led to politics? What led you into politics?
Okay.
And even before we go to that part, there's this part of his name that has Omo GB.
Yes.
Why do they call you Omo GB? Or you give yourself that title?
No, I didn't give myself the name. GB is my grandfather.
Okay.
That's my mother's side. Asunara here.
Okay.
Now the popular name GB. During his own lifetime, he was a very great politician in Shaki.
Wow.
Anybody that knows Asunara, they call him Alaafin Asunera. Baba GB happened to be my mother's younger brother, and my grandfather's younger brother in mother's side.
Okay.
So, but me, I did not grown up to know my real grandfather in mother's side. Okay. So it was Baba GB that we know. And it was Baba GB that trained my mom. That at least if when we were growing up, our mom do take us to his place, that he want us to go and greet his father, this and that. So that was the story of GB.
Yeah.
So it's not a given name, it's a mother side name.
Well, at any point did you ever, while you are growing up, do you have the plan to become a politician? Is there any aspiration that, okay, when I grow up, I will be a politician, I will hold this office, I will do this?
Let me give the glory to God Almighty. Everything we're doing in life, it has to do with destiny. There's no matter what in life, nothing you can achieve without God. I don't really have the mind of being into politics like that. But what I love most is business. Because I was trained to be a businessman by my mom. But growing up, and at times, anybody that knows me, they will, right from my childhood, they will tell you I'm a cheerful giver. And anybody that know me from my childhood, I don't like being dull when we are in gathering like this. That was the story of that my assembly. I do tell you. You go and ask them now. During that time, even when I was in secondary, if I get little money or like that, I can say, okay, let's drive down to Banuso. We'll buy chicken in the evening. So we'll just share it among ourselves and eat it. Everybody will go to his or her house. That's how we play our life that time. So now, those times I do tell you that I've left Shaki for my BSc, and I'm still in business that time. Now, when I come back home, all these my old friends I mentioned and the one that I not mentioned, I do invite them. They will come, we'll sit down.
That was before politics.
Before I joined politics at all. We enjoy ourselves, we play around, we feel at home, and this and that. Now, there's one of our brother. I got to know him through photograph stuff. His name is Motagiwa. We popularly call him GMA. He's still in Shaki. In fact, we saw ourselves yesterday. We're together. So that time, when I do return back, now I have one Lexus ES350, navy blue, very, very clean car.
Wow.
So the car is one in town that time. I don't think
Before politics.
Yes.
What year was the car then? Lexus.
The year of the car. The car is I think 2012 model.
Was he a very big man there?
So
Then you must tell us what you are looking for in politics.
so there was a day I came for New Year celebration, because every New Year I'll come down to Shaki. So I must say Happy New Year in Shaki. Wow. That is my
We
tradition.
give that to you. Promise to you.
So that is my tradition. So when I came, that Egbon was having a lab around the community complex there.
Okay.
And I arrived.
I know the person.
So we saw ourselves, and that's my tradition. All my friends that time, when I fully based in Shaki, if I return back, I will touch them one by one. So when I got to him, I said, I said, bro, so what did they just play with me? He said this and that. When he talked, we greeted ourselves. He said, and I have one of my nephew who was former House of Assembly in this town. Wow. That's Honorable Kanje Gwebada.
Okay.
So Egbon is my nephew. So I was close to him during his own tenure. So I have little of this experience about politics. Now, me now say, what to do? I'm also I want to join politics. Like that. You know, he was saying it like a play. And Moti Magba happened to be my base that time. That way we do sit down and relax. I have one Egbon there, Egbon Solo. Is there one of their staffs there that time. So anytime I arrived, I would go there, we sit down, we play together, we enjoy, so like that. So now there's one of my brother again. His name is Adekunle Waliu. We call him Rigogo. Rigogo. So that one we stay beside each other. Our house is beside Jordan and Komi.
Okay.
So when he also saw me, he said similar thing that GMA said that. Okay, and I threw something to them when they were asking me about the ambition for 2019 that time. And now I won't like to mention the figure. I now mention figure of money. I said, like, how much can it take us if we are to go into this? They mentioned that figure. So that's a small.
It's a walk away.
That's a small change now. That they should not worry. He said, Daddy Gogo asked me that. Did you have it? Sorry, excuse me.
So
I said, don't worry now. You just be telling me what we need to do. So then I said, if we get this kind of figure, we are good to go. I said, okay, don't worry. That figure is nothing. So they should tell us. Don't forget I said I have close to relationship with one of my nephew that was member House of Assembly before. So I have little experience about politics. And I told them that who are the decision maker in politics. And there's one thing, that's how the GB name came. In my mother's family, they like PDP. So their background is PDP something. So I now said, if I'm going to go to any party at all, it's PDP that I'm going to do. And at least my mom do attend the PDP meeting. So I said, so I will go to that PDP party. So I said they should go and tell me the list of the decision makers there. So, but that time, I wasn't too serious about the whole thing. You get? So because my business, I'm okay. So I'm living well. So at least I'm having two good sound vehicle that I still have CX7.
Wow.
Mazda CX7 at that time.
Wow.
Yeah. So that one says it's not common that time. So I was okay. I don't have any issues and I'm living large like that. So I travel back to that time I was in the north. So because that my business is like shifting from one state to another. So I was in the north that time. So I just woke up that maybe on the 23rd of December 2017. So as I opened Facebook like this, I just saw Femi Julius 2019. Who are this one? They designed my picture. They said, from who? And they said, there was one of my friends. I don't really even call him my friend. It's my brother. He was my classmate, coursemate when we were in university. He's Odekunle. So we are always together 24/7. Even he's with me in the north that time. So I now showed him that, Mr. J, come and see. What's this? I have not told these people that I'm ready now. That this is Mr. J say they don't reject good thing though. And his father is a politician too. His father's name is Segun Odekumi Baba 77 in Gbongan. So he's a force to reckon with in politics in Oyo State. So him also is coming from politician family. So he told me that if people design your poster like this, you don't reject it. The only thing we need to know, let's know how we match our business together with this process so that things goes together. So I so much appreciate him for that. He was the first person that gave me advice. So, and I was okay. I now put call through because it was posted by GMA. Now put call through. Say, GMA, why do you go and be designing poster without my consent? Without this? He said, "Ati bere no niyen." So go see. So that was àwọn tí ò dá tó yín wọ́n jẹ́pò wọ́n ṣe kíní kan you are too good bro, you speak Yoruba language. You say àbúrò mi dáadáa ní this and that. So we know what you can do, we know your capacity, we know how intelligent you are, this and that. So, and I was like, okay. And you know, don't forget I told you earlier that there's no any new year that will not say Happy New Year in Shaki. So that time we're preparing of coming back home. So I now say, okay, you should not worry, we should suspend the discussion till I return back to Shaki. So when I returned, we met, we started discussing and said, that's what they want. They want me to contest for House of Assembly. So I said, okay. That was now the time I agree with the Rigogo and this thing. I said, okay, they should draft the list of the decision maker in PDP. I want to visit them. I want to see them. So they told me Baba Dro Jayi in Ogidigbo. So Baba was the leader of the party that time. Now they told me of Baba Sikiru Kuobogun. He's late now. May his soul continue to rest in peace. So they told me about Baba. Now they mentioned Baba Olumota here in Isango. So they mentioned late Chief Robert Kolosho of blessed memory. So they mentioned Baba's name. So Baba is the leader in Okeogun. You know, you can't limit a senator to Shaki. So he's the leader in Okeogun that time. They mention his name. So like some of our leaders, they mention them that time. So I said, okay, I'm going to visit them. And there's no problem. So one of these days, I went to Baba Drojai. When I got there, Baba ni Omotane. I said, okay. I said, my father's name is Moses Oyo Okedoyin. I said, that name, it's not Taniyare. And my mother is from Aniponukun family. GB. Only GB. Lérí nǹkan GB ká tánù. Pé ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run lágbára o. That was Baba's statement. He said, GB tún ti padà dé. Say GB has returned back to politics. That this is funny. You know, when the Baba heard the name, when he saw me, it was like seeing his whole time associate. So, say, because there is something to that Baba's reaction when he heard the name, when he saw me, I said, we are going to support you. I got to another person too. When they heard that, they said, GB has returned to politics. God is wonderful. So true grandchildren. That's the means the God wants to use to bring him back to politics. So like that, I started meeting our leaders. So there was this day, there was one of our, it's my Baba too, but him also is late now, Alhaji Jimo Dogu. So very close to Okesu not there. So it's it's the first one of my mother. So when I got to Baba, so he's very close to Chief Robert Kolosho, their political associate. So I told Baba of my ambition. Baba told me, Shoti Rodada. You know, those questions the political leader will ask, so they asked me those questions. I said, I'm fully prepared. And so Baba said, I should not worry. He's going to prepare grant for me. That is going to meet Chief Robert Kolosho. They were both late now, two of them, so that they would discuss about it. So he went to him. There's what we call Irin Oshelu, political movement. So he said he will be there by midnight. So he went to Baba and told him that his son is going to contest for House of Assembly in PDP. Even then, he was not in PDP. So he was not in PDP.
I'm sorry, you still continue. Then we are coming to Governor Seyi Makinde.
Yes.
I want to know, was Governor Seyi Makinde in this picture at this stage of your narrative?
No.
All right, thank you. Please go ahead.
Even, you know, I was talking of 2017. So all this process are late 2017. And you know, we had the election 2019. So he went to Baba Robert Kolosho, they discussed. Now told me that already finished the discussion with them that I should go to Baba Robert Kolosho. So there's one of our guy that is close to them. His name is Alabi. So he's the former party chairman of Saki West. He was a caucus of Baba Robert Koloshu that time. And even my brother that's sitting here, these are Bonola's groups. So his name is Kasim Damilola. So we are part of the people. And then there's Alaji Waid Oluwakemi. So he's now the presidency to the governor of political matter and the federal constituency. So we both went to Baba. So when I got there, I prostrated to Baba, greeted him. Baba said, Onsomo Ali. And so, GB Lotun Tom Walale. That was the language. Say GB came to visit him again. So we discussed, we had political discussion, which I cannot say here. So Baba promised me, gave me an appointment in Ogbomoso. But that time Baba do base in Ogbomoso much than Shaki. So I traveled down to Ogbomoso. That was where we sealed things up. It was me and him. So we sealed things up. So I started the process outside. So we coordinated. But that time when I got to PDP, there is in this Saki West, I don't know of any other place. Let me say the party was not too much on ground. You know, the party was opposition party that time in the state. So it was APC that was ruling that time. So, and when you go to PDP general meeting that time, you were having the attendance of like 20-25 people, the whole Saki West. So I could remember some people that loved me in the town called me that we heard that you said you want to contest for state honorable. Why not going to ruling party? Why is it opposition party, PDP, that is dead? So we encourage you. So we don't want you, that proverb means we don't want you to go and waste your money. So we had that. But you know, I always have that one spirit. If I face here and I have that belief in me, that this is where I want to, no matter what, I will still stand by my movement. And I'll make sure I achieve what I aim at. So one day we're saying it, I was praying to God that in this PDP, make way for me. So we now sat down and said, okay, what can we do to make people know that PDP can still come back to life and we have good program for them. And now, at that time, I have this my foundation, Femi Julius Foundation. So we came up with ideas. We say, okay, let's empower our women in politics that time. So the first thing I did.
I'm so sorry, I will still need to cut you in the foundation you mentioned.
Yes.
Because we now have a lot of foundation. I want to know the idea behind people setting up foundation. Did you set up this foundation during the time you are already having politics in view?
Or before
had been there before you
before the political aspiration.
Aspiring into
my own sites of the foundations. You know, I told you earlier on that I've been helping people before I joined politics.
Okay.
You understand? So, but the way I do it that time, you will not mention my name. So I do things in a secret way that you will not know somebody did this and do that. But there's no how you will join politics that you will not have a brand name.
Yes.
You understand? So one stage leads to another. So that was what happened that time. So now we embark on empowering women like that. So at least the first empowerment we had that time, it was Banuso that we had the empowerment. So that was how the noise started coming from left and right, front and back. Femi Julius, we're going to see this. Ẹgbẹ́ tí ò sí ìjọba, tí ò ṣe kíní kan, and they are empowering people. How much more do people that are in power? They didn't empower people. So PDP started gaining ground through that program. Started gaining ground up and down like that. Now, there were my own younger sister that had followed me. Our wedding program was coming up that time. So I now said, this wedding program that's coming up, it has to be political. So that's how I go on buying like a cloth for 1,000 people. That time. So we bought the cloth. We make it an elaborated wedding program. We used Sosadek that time. So we brought in musicians, like this, all the party leaders. I make sure they wore agbada, and this as if they are in government. As if they are in government that time. Baba Ku,
You are a strategist too.
I'm telling you, we so continue to rest in peace. I still have some of these photographs. One of these days, if you visit me, I can check my house and show you some of these photographs. So I got money direct from bank, name notes. I gave it to them that spray as if you are in government. Let people know. All those leaders, and those leaders, they were amazed because in politics you need motivation. Yes, they were motivated that time. We were dancing and that occasion. So the noise was too much. It was in town. There's a boy that has made the PDP to come back to life. There's this Omo GB, this that and that. During that time, there are some sides. I'll now fall back to what you were saying. Okay. There's some sides say, Yahoo guys in the boy. Yahoo guys. So there was and I have a friend, AU, campus of UBA. His name is Mr. Joseph, now in UK. So that time, me and Mr. Joseph were very close. Anytime I'm coming back home, whether from any axis, I can transfer to him that he should please get me all these new notes. So the guy he can give 2 million buck. New notes. So that new note will be in my boots. So when I come back home, I will be giving people new notes. So from there, they tell me that money ritual, Eric Powo Titun lo man give people the new money. So there was a day my mom called me midnight. He came to wake me up. I said, our parent now. She do those oriki very well. After praising me, I say, you people are saying something. No? I said, what are they saying? I said, so Yahoo. Are you into Yahoo? Are you into this and this? I said, and I asked her a question that midnight. I said, Mommy, she said yes. I said, you are the one that gave birth to me. She said yes. And did you know you trained me business-wise? She said yes. I said, and you train us in the will of the Lord. She said yes. And I want you to be assured that I can do otherwise. I'm into legitimate business. And everything I'm making, God that created you and that gave me to you knows that all my money is pure. I said, she now prayed for me. I said, now
has peace.
She has peace in her mind now. There's no any issues with regards to that. So if people don't know the secret of your words, they will turn me to different things. They will give you different names. Or that will make me to say, Yorùbá tó sọ pé ẹni tí ò bá mọ bí tí ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ ti ń là. Àṣàríkù. So there is no weight in life that people will not challenge. It's left to your conscience and your God Almighty to know whether you are pure or not. So back to the lane of the struggle. So we started the struggle like that. So a lot of petition, writing. There are some people want to claim, so my oppress you no party. Say you want to oppress, you want to this, you want to that.
That's from the party.
Yes, within the party.
People who have been aspiring to take that seat
before. So politics is not ordinary things that we see outside. A lot of things. Even some people even write petition to the level that it's not an indigene of this town. Yes, they wrote the petition. So his father, their origin is from Erua, is from Barakwa. And now as a question that time, I said, if you want to tell us somebody is not an indigene of a town, there are some things you need to remember. We have constitutions that guide us in this country. Somebody was born here. I was born at Baptist Medical Center, Shaki here, in the 80s. My primary school was Shaki. So secondary school, Shaki, ND program, Shaki. So it was when I wanted to get my BSc. That's when I now traveled to Obafemi Awolowo University. So what story are you bringing up? So, and by the time I contested for that position, so at least I'm in the early 30s. You understand? So what guys, I say this is just a political propaganda. This out of it. This cannot discourage me.
So are you an indigenous?
Yes, I am. By all constitutional rights, I am. Even by origin, I am. I mentioned a name now. You see, when we are talking about being an indige, thank God we are all educated here. You understand? You can be an indige, it's either through your father or your mother. You can be an indige, it's either by birth. So you can be an indige maybe by marriage, or by all these things. We all have the constitutions there. But when we want to do hypocrisy, we start bringing story.
Imagine one to another.
So, and all those things I can assure us, and I can assure the viewers at home, that it's just a political propaganda. Just to suit their own purpose. That's why you see people bringing different story to bring people down. But I don't join that kind of things in my own politics. I've never in my life going out and be looking for a way to bring somebody. What I hear, what program did you have for your people? So that's what politics should base on. If you have your way, go there, go and make your own impact, and return back home. Nobody can be in political power for life. It's for a period of time. Yeah, so that is it. Right, so now we started the race like that. I got the ticket of the party. So when I got the ticket, the first thing that came to my mind is that the bearer of the governorship ticket, I have to go and see. That was how I got in contact with engineer Sheyi Abiodun Makinde.
How difficult was it for you to get in contact with him?
Honestly speaking, it was so easy. And if you are close ally of Governor Sheyi Makinde, you will know that he's a very simple man. Very, very simple. In fact, last week I saw the picture we took that time. That day when we got there, he said, Honorable, how are you? Want to defeat the candidate to Shaki?
You already spoke like him.
I almost said it that if you have his voice already.
You know, a guy is a jovial man and it's very funny when you meet him in good time. He said, okay, you can get breakfast. They brought tea, they brought egg, they brought bread. Said we should eat, we do this thing. So we ate, we dined together that very day. And he assured me that I should not worry. The primary struggling, that was bygone. So we should face how we win the election and get government, be in government and at least make our own impact. That was his message that day. And since that day, we've built a good relationship up to date. So,
what do you think is the response?
You know, people say there must be something that you are fostering or you are fertilizing relationship. So, what are the things you think you did or you are doing that is making him to so much have that kind of relationship and trust?
That primitive
yes,
point
that time.
when
And fast forward to today.
Interaction.
Governor Sheyi Makinde, let me say, he is a psychologist by actions. If he wants to go to His Excellency to discuss issues, don't be surprised what you are coming to discuss. He's aware of everything from A to Z. So it's left to you to be careful of not telling lies, of not adding to it, or of not removing from the matter. So just be true and be plain. That is it. So if you are like that, you can't get any problem with His Excellency Engineer Sheyi Makinde. So, and he lost one thing. when you are in government with him, don't be selfish, don't be greedy. If you want to discuss matter, bring matters that will reflect the masses, not your personal gain. That's who he is. So if you are talking about whether project or whether anything, you are bringing something to table, please take something that will benefit the masses, that will impact the life of the masses positively. That's what you should go and be discussing with him. So once you are into that and you follow that kind of ideas, and you can get problem with that.
Yeah.
And that's summary of who Engineer Seyi Makinde is.
Okay, go ahead with your line of thought.
So after getting that ticket that I met Oga, so he has been so supportive up to date. So as God will have it, we won the election.
Wow.
And we got to the House of Assembly. So anytime we see, I greet Oga, guys, Julius, wow, go Shakin ko? Shakin fine. So Oga, hope you did not forget that our dual carriage road. You know when you campaign there, your white turned to brown. That time I say, they will tap me and say, Julius, I still remember. Don't worry, we are going to fix it. I told you we are going to fix it. So, and that was my first motion in the floor of the House when I was member House of Assembly representing Saki West, because there was a day I came to Saki, got into Saki, I wasn't happy. The status of that road, it was a rainy season. Before you can move from Poli down to this place, if you did not spend 2 hours, at least you spend 1.5 hours. Because your car, vehicle, even if you don't have 4-wheel drive, you have problem. The road. So getting back to Ibadan, I was so sad. I need to quickly put emotions through. In fact, it's even more than emotions. It was matter of urgent public importance that I raised in the floor of the House. And the House accepted all my resolution that very day, which was forwarded to Engineer Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State. Now, what now amazed me, that made me to stick and to love Governor Seyi Makinde more. It was afternoon. That time I was staying in Ashi in Ibadan. So I used 2 phones. The second phone that I keep my glow, I don't usually hold that one. It was my MTN there. So it was that glow that the governor have with him. Not knowing that governor has called me since afternoon. When I got home at night, I just feel like checking my second phone and I saw his missed call. So I was shaking that governor has called me since afternoon. I didn't pick this call. So immediately I saw the call, I returned it. I didn't call twice. Once I call, he picked it. He said, Honorable, I've called you since afternoon. How have you been? I said, I'm fine. He said, regards the motion of a matter of urgent public important that I move in the House, I've heard it, I saw it. So I want me and you and the contractor that is handling that road to meet in government house by 1 tomorrow. So will you be available? I said, sir, I will be available, sir. I'll be grateful. You know what's so funny? I got to that place 15 minutes to 1, and our guy is already seated. So he was attentive to some people. Immediately they finished attending to them, asked them to bring me down to where he was sitting. When I got there, he said, Honorable, don't worry, the contractor is coming. They've came to me with different lies, and I want you to tell me the truth about the condition of the road. So I don't want it to be side talk. Let him sit, you sit, I sit. So don't forget I told you that if you are relating with Governor Seyi Makinde, don't add to issue, don't remove. Say it's the way it is. So when we got there, the name of the contractor that Hadot company, they were the one handling that road that time during Governor Ajimobi. You know, the road was initially awarded during Governor Ajimobi to Hadot that. So when the Baba sat down, he said they have finished the coffert from Total filling station down to Songo. They have done, of which they've done the yesterday say Julius. They say true. I say no. No. And that time we're having serious problem, erosion problem. Anybody that knows Okoro, that junction that leads to Tis Hotel, there are some water that has come from Ajegule Baptist Church access down to that place was so terrible that time. So I said, even last week, God, I went to, there was a problem in that place. This also, so we discussed a lot of things that very day. I now got to know that governor has gotten all this information. I told you within 48 hours, governor revoked that contract and re-awarded it to another contractor. That was how that route. Now, I think that very day, governor told me that, Julius, don't worry, within 8 months, you will see what will happen on that route. So that was how all the work resumed on that route, and it got it done. So, and if people are saying, you are too loyal, you are this, you are that, the governor that is doing your wish, that they don't say you are a small boy, they don't say who are you, that whatever you take the issue of your constituency down to him, he will always give you listening here and give you attentions, and not ordinary attention, take actions on those issues. We have to be very, very
good. We need to go on a break, but I want you to answer this question just briefly. At that point in time, do the House members believe you were betraying them by being loyal to the governor at that time?
No, my brother, the word loyalty have different meaning. You can give different meaning to loyalty. You know, being loyal to Governor Seyi Makinde, I'm not disloyal to my constituency.
Or were you disloyal to the members in the House?
No. Everybody represents his own interest, to represent his own people in the House.
Okay.
You please get it clear. If anybody is telling you represent, everybody represents his constituency interests. That is House. So you can't tell me somebody from Southeast in Ibadan will speak for Saki West. That's a lie. You rather speak for your constituency. So once what made me to be loyal to Governor Seyi Makinde is because of my constituency. I'm good to go. I wasn't sent to House of Assembly to go and be fighting now. I wasn't sent to House of Assembly to go and be an enemy to people that will come and implement projects in Shaki. That wasn't the purpose. So anybody that goes to House and end up fighting executive doesn't know what he's doing. And it's at the detriment of the constituency. So that's the point.
Honorable Femi Julius, you've been so amazing. Omo GB, you've been so amazing, and the conversation has been inspiring. Because of your kind of a profile, we just like to have a break of precisely 10 minutes, and you'll be able to relax, and we'll be able to set our technicals in place and converge by 10 minutes. Please.
No problem.
We are so happy.
Thank you
like to have
for
you in
coming.
the office for reception of 10 minutes. Okay, right here in the studio of Juggernaut Africa, we still have Honorable Femi Julius Okedoyin, Omo GB, Chairman Oyo House Service Commission, Oyo State House Service Commission, still in the building, and has been vibrating, expressing his journey to this platform, the journey to the top. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I would like to ask this, that do you think the governor, Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, is a listening governor?
Yes, he is.
Okay, what make you think that way?
Yeah, Seyi Makinde is a listening governor. Like I've said earlier on, This great town, Saki West, elected me to be their representative between the period of 2019 to 2023. And we know the status this town was then. And when we came in as a government in 2019, we know the stage we are now in Shaki. So at least if we cannot even mention any other thing in Shaki, this our dual carriage. We know how many people got killed through the status of that road then. And here is the project of over 8 billion that we're talking about.
Okay, can I ask this question? Sorry, Chairman, let me put it this way. Do you one can be someone who is a listening person. You can be listening, but you decide to not to do anything. Do you think he's a type of a person that there's a possibility of him listening and decide not to do something about an anomaly?
Governor Seyi Makinde is Mr. Tonkadu. Yes,
But he can also decide not to talk.
No, he's not a talkative person. That is his nature.
Do you think he can say something abnormal and then ignore?
Oga is a cool-headed person. Yes, that's who Seyi Makinde is, if you know him. And I said earlier on, if you want to get him, don't be the type that do frame things up. Say it the way it is. So that doesn't change his actions on matters.
But if people are giving, because at times we are human beings, we may not have the ability to know everything at the point. But what if the number of people he have on his side who are telling him negative information about a particular situation and has made him to believe that that is what the truth is, and the little number of people who are telling him what seems to be the truth are not being given an audience? What do you think in that perspective?
I said something earlier, I'll still go back to it. I said, if you are going to Governor Seyi Makinde to present issues, don't add to it and don't remove from it, because he's already aware of what you are coming to discuss. Don't see. There is something I want us to know. There's no how somebody will be a governor of a state that will not be having the security of the state at hand. So they have information more than we have. Those governors, you see. Not even Governor Seyi Makinde Neglo. I can tell you now, I'm in this studio now. It might be aware. So, and if you see all these DSS we are having each local government, what do you think they are doing? They give their report every week that this is the true situation of this so place. It's now left to the governor to take their report or not, but they will always give.
And also, sir, on the issue of the contribution of Engineer Seyi Makinde to the development of Shaki, fine, yeah, he did that road. It's a big kudos to him. But looking at the rate at which other places, let's say Ibadan precisely, the rate at which development is springing forth in Ibadan, we are having the opinion, and let's say people, it's a right language to use, we are having opinion that he seems to love Ibadan more than other places. Because if you see the investments on roads, on capital project, is springing up more in Ibadan than places like Shaki and its environment. What's your
it is not really like that. You know, where you call a place capital city, you know there's no how. There won't be much concentration in capital city. I've traveled to the north in this country. I've traveled to the east and to the south, and I'm in the west. I've seen what plays on. In fact, I think early this month, I was having conversation with some people in my office, and we got to some points during the conversation. We discussed about the North. And we got to appreciate our own governor in Southwest, that they are even trying. That please go to the North. Outside their capital city, go and check. It's what we can fact check. Go and see if there's any development in other towns again. Now to talk of Oyo State. Now, Oyo State is a big state. It's not a small state. Some of this project we are talking about is a gradual process. It's not what can go spread at once. Okay, for example, now I could remember lately the last budget presentation during my tenure as member of House of Assembly. They say Julius Sheyi's voice. I stood up and I said, Oga, I heard you are about to embark on local road construction now. So please, we want it to be going simultaneously. When Ibadan is going, Okeogun is going. Which route do you still want me to say more than that? As the acclaimed boys, governor boy, they are talking about. And he replied in a mature way that Honorable Representative Saki West, Honorable Femi Julius, he heard what I said, though, that the way the resources available now is limited, but their aims is that each zone they will schedule it. After this zone, we move to, I think he cited the example that we can move to Okeogun zone, we can move to Oyo Ogbomoso zone, we can move to Barakwa zone and Lake City. And I still even had a discussion with maybe some of the honorable members. You know, some of my colleagues are still the one in the 10th Assembly now. So, and why I'm still the chairman House of Assembly Service Commission is still like being in the house. So, some of the issues that I have concerns for regards to Shaki, I take to my friends there that please help me to table this thing on behalf of Shaki. So, now, some of these things, let me just assure us, some of this road project we are talking about, you will soon see them in other zones. You will soon be seeing some of these inner road projects in other zones, according to the discussion of the government, because they are almost done with all this fixing of inner roads in Ibadan.
Okay, sir. With what you just said, that you still have access to members of the assemblies now.
Yes.
I want to say the House of Assembly member that is representing Shaki currently.
Yes.
Do you have a working relationship together with him?
I don't have issues, my brother. I don't have issues. Now he's representing me. I'm one of his constituency now. You understand? And anybody that knows me, right as I got to this studio, before we start the interview process, an APC guy just chatted me that I should not be hungry. It's coming from Lekki route now, that he could have been in my house to come and greet me for New Year's celebration. And I told him that the celebration is even tomorrow. The guy was so happy. I can show you the conversation. So that's the level at which my own mind is playing. If the honorable opened the door for us to relate for the betterment of the town, Shaki, so who am I?
Do you feel he's closing the door against you to access him?
No, you can't judge human being. We have individual attitude and character difference. You understand? So now, and that's the mistake we didn't make in our society. If you say, okay, the way you should expect Taye to behave the way Femi behaves, no, we have different backgrounds. Say you understand. And what is called legislative duty, it has to do with experience. It's a process. And if you are not careful, if you go to house for the first times, you will just be lost. So you will not even know what they are doing there. You just know that I remember you are sitting down and they are blah, 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 everything.
But sir, it will lead us to say, because this is a podcast that will be eating the nail.
Please
by the head.
eat.
Will you say the present honorable representative Saki West,
Yeah.
from your own lens
Yes.
and from your own experience, do you think he's performing?
Let no judge anybody now. The guy still have 4 years.
But I think he has used 2 now.
No, he hasn't. The calendar of the House of Assembly start from June. So now it is next year June. I'm sorry, this year June. We are now 2025 now. That's when he's going to clock 2 years in the office. So we can't judge him now. Somebody that's having tenure of 4 years. So you give him time. Let him study.
But from your own antecedents,
Yes, sir.
are we going to say, judging from your own experience, did you perform?
I tried my best. And at least I was rated one of the best honorable for the Ninth Assembly in Oyo State.
Who are the people that gave that concession?
I got many award by independent body. Yes, I got many, and I still have it in my house. Those awards are there, placed there. So, and it's not even whether indoor award. It was award that was through on media, that people can go to each constituency and assess before they vote for the personality of the honorable member. And so at least if I didn't get, I got like 4 times.
Wow.
Throughout the tenure.
Wow.
So
what are the significant projects you can point to that while you are at the helm of affairs as a member of the House of Assembly that you were able to achieve?
That's when I need to still give us more orientations when it comes to being a honorable member, a legislature. People are mixing it up. Constitutionally, we have 3 functions of anybody that's legislature or honorable member. Now, representation, lawmaking, and oversight functions. Those are your 3 basic functions as a legislature. Now, how do you represent your people? When you are in the floor of the house, whatever has been discussed is either a project new or matter affecting your constituency, you should not keep quiet. You must raise your voice. You must make your voice known to people there. You speak on behalf of your people. And that was what I did by moving different motions when I was in the house. I moved motion on this issue of dual carriage. I moved motion on issue of our dam, that Oge dam, that time. I moved motion on this resuscitation of Baptist High School, that uncompleted modern school that they were building. I moved motion on it. Now, after that, on this OSADEP of 18, I co-sponsor motion with Honorable Adiola representing Isheyin Tesiwaju on issue of OSADEP that time. I think there was another, like 2 other motions that I still move through. I moved for the students, bursary issue of 18 that time. In fact, the Oyo State Association of Oyo State Students, they even gave me award for that, because the motion I moved that time, it really hits the town that time, that the different body of the student union need to come to my office to show their appreciations, that I made the governor to hear them, the government to hear them that time. So like that, motions that are directly effective to my constituency. So
please permit me to return. Please permit me to return to listening.
Yeah.
Because I want to come back to you. I want us to come back to you on the final lap.
Okay.
I want us to go back to Shaki development, because that's where you represented. I want to talk about Shaki.
But I want you to place this topic of legislature,
Yes, sir.
this aspect I'm trying to touch, it will be it will be good to explain it in details to people so that they're able to differentiate from being a legislature and executive chairman of local government or executive position. You understand? We join it. That's why we do mix things up. Now, I've talked about representation. Now we talk of lawmaking. Now, you want to make law. You make laws that will benefit your people. I can remember that time I was the chairman of a House Committee on Solid Mineral. And we have solid mineral deposit in Shaki. I think you are aware.
Exactly.
And we know a lot of billion that's been cut away here from Bekpaka in this place. That time when I got the information, I got all this thing. And you know what is called solid mineral? I saw the exclusive list, which is the sole responsibility of the federal government. Now, the state government will operate on concurrent. Now, but there is a clause in their mining act which talks about host community, that we call that in community development agreement between the host community and the miners. So now, if there's no host community, there won't be miner. So that was how I now got in as the chairman of Solid Mineral. I went to the host community. In fact, I even invited the federal agency that time. They came. We both went to Bekpaka that time to check what was going on, all this issue. I tried to orient our people that what they are taking away from you is more than what they are giving to you. Let them build some of the community agreements that I've seen where they build school for people, where they sponsor their children to university, all this, that, good road, they construct good road for them. It's part of it. Because if you are taking billions away from people, you have to replace it with something tangible. We will try to rent, but you can only advise. It's left to people to hear. That time I was the one that proposed and make the amendment of Oyo State Minerals Resources Law. That was, so when we are talking about lawmaking, that was the impact I made when I was in there. And what was those things that I tried to change there? I said, okay, if you are mining here, you have to be selling in a approved market in Oyo State by the government of Oyo State. Through that, some of our people will get employed. Through that, government will get what the IGR that are supposed to get. So, and that's what made the government to establish there's a market they established in Ojo area in Aki Eliasis for this mining products that time. So that was the impact I made. Now we talk of oversight. Yes. So oversight is what do you mean by oversight? Oversight is the function of honorable member that every project that's been awarded by executive, it's our right to monitor it. Okay, this money was approved for this so thing. Was it used for the purpose? Okay, the thing go the direct. Did the contractor use the quality materials in implementing those projects? So that was what I did. People that followed, I have the picture evidence. I still have. If you go to my page on Facebook, go to Honorable Femi Julius Okedoyin, Omo GB, you'll see the page on there. All those pictures of when I was monitoring this dual carriage was there. I used to bring House Committee on Work and Transport down to Shaki that time to go and cross-check what was going on here. In fact, I have a video on Facebook today. I know if some of these people are online watching me, they will know I'm saying the truth. Even one of the supporters of the present honorable member that representing Saki West now, he was one of the people I rescued, Olanrewaju, Baba Olanrewaju down there, because before they finished the construction of the road, erosion was entering their house. I need to come down from Ibadan with House Committee on Work and Transport to go and visit the area with the contractor. sorry to say, I nearly slapped the contractor that very day because we called him, didn't meet up in time. He was delaying us. We stood for almost 2 hours. I got spark on him that very day. So, but today now, the person I did also is in APC. So you understand? That's that's not where we are going. You understand? That's the oversight function. Now, those 3 things is the basic function at which you elected me to go and represent you constitutionally. Now, when it now comes to issue of project, those one is just secondary. Okay, I'm not thinking, okay, I want to give back to my constituency. Okay, whether there's opportunity, they say, okay, whether they give you one allowance in the state. And the allowance is not what will be coming every time. Because some of these things you are seeing is not really the right. Let me use that word. It's not really right. So it's left to the executive to think, okay, we feel like let's give you this. You should go and do something in your place. That is for one. Now, if you now back to your question, when you now say, okay, what are the projects I've done? In the capacity of state honorable, we are limited to some projects. It's only you have the spirit that I want to do more for my people. Now, I could remember the first thing I did. It was Isale Taba stroke Asunara going to Isale Oguna. Their light got spoiled that time. It was a very heavy rain that fell. There's one big tree at the Central Mosque in Igboro that time. It was that same rain that fell that tree that uprooted it that time. So those axes down to Iya, Saloguna, they didn't have lights. So they called me. And don't forget, the origin of my grandfather is from Asunera. So people that have my number, that have my contacts were there. They said, don't call me Beto. They use the language that Otishesileo, this and that. Will you help us to fix this thing? Now, going by my function, it's not my function to go and fix those things. You understand? But I'm the one representing them presently. So I need to put that responsibility on myself. I could remember we purchased poles, wires, and it's one of our indigenous here in Shaki. It's an engineer into electrician, something like that. So we gave him the contract. He fixed those things. Today, in fact, if you goes there, just go and verify. You see some of the pole. They wrote Omo GB and those poles there. So that was the first thing I fixed for those people. After that, maybe like 3 months like that, when you are going through the axis of Baba Alaji Concord Street to go and lead Isalefi, there is a big pit like this, very deep one. So that thing has broken, that the road almost got cut into 2. Now they called me. If I will say I'm honorable member, I'm not to go and be fixing road. I got that thing fixed for them. Today, those things are still there. You can go there and verify who did this thing. So after that, when I wanted to do my 1 year anniversary in office, I checked around and I could remember during our campaign, we have major complaint about water. People do complain. We don't have good water. During dry season, our suffering is water. I say, okay, I will try my best, but I can assure you I can fix everything. So the first borehole I did was in my own community there. That was a Central Mosque, Shaki there. In fact, when we wanted to put that borehole there, people were saying, that was where we saw were able to get good water. I say, if it's mosque, I don't care. All I know is that let the community benefit the good water. So let's dig it here. So representing you, I represent both faiths. Whether traditional or whatever. This time around, I'm representing everybody. So we dig that borehole that time. Today, the borehole is still there. As at yesterday, today before coming here, people still tell me, talk about that borehole and say, it was even your borehole that we are using, no? If not you. And this, that was the first borehole. Now, then I now talk to challenge area people there. The axis there, they also told me about water. But all this physics test that was done, stuff, there's nowhere we can get commercial water. And if you are digging borehole for them, you have to dig in commercial capacity to satisfy the masses. So the only place we could get, it was close to Khan Secretariat, a little bit there. Even that one, not really commercial. So I just go and dig it there. So that was another bold one. Then when you go to Igbo Ologun, I say get to Saleh Bata, going to Igbo Ologun, that place they complain of water. So from Otun down to Sada, they didn't have water. So all the survey that in fact, I won't mention name. There's one of our former honorable members of rep that dig some of borehole in that area. They couldn't get enough water that can serve commercial purpose. So it was along that axis of going to Igbo Ologun that we got commercial water. I say, please take it there, go and dig it there. So if people can at least use machine to go and fetch water there, it's still safe for them. So go there today, the borehole is there. Then we move down to Oge. So beside that mosque, you see borehole that we dig for them there. So, but what we always encourage people, if we dig borehole for you like this, there should be community maintenance. An honorable member cannot come back and be maintaining it for you. Once we dig borehole for you, we hand it over to you. It has become your own property, and that you have to maintain it. Those are and I could remember in my own in Komi again, their transformer got spoiled. When I was an honorable member, I gave them the larger money of repairing that transformer. Today now, the transformer got spoiled again. They are crying now that when Femi was there, he do give us money. So like that. So those are the, I'm not here with paper. Exactly. So those are the one I can remember of where there's a pro. Now when it comes to empowering people, there's no how you be a politician. You must empower your people, the parties. So at least if I could remember very well, the machines that I gave to people as an empowerment is up to 27. So, and it's not an ordinary machine, sound Bajaj. In fact, that has never happened in the history of be it House of Rep, be it Senator that distribute Bajaj. But I, as honorable member in Saki West, I have the photograph. In fact, I asked them to do it a photo book for reference purpose and for history. So please, you can come and view it. I have it documented so that you can see whether what I'm saying is true or not. I gave it showing machine, grinding machine, other items like that I used to empower people. I know what it costs that time. If we want to go by what I was taking that time, I can do that. That is, I can bet this with you.
How are you able to raise money to get those?
Don't forget, I'm a businessman, and I don't allow the politics to take away my own work, my own business, because I know politics will come and go. So if you base your life on politics, you will be shocked when people will show you.
It's people's money.
So when people will show, no, you see, my brother, my mouth is big before I got there. So what I'm getting from that office, if I said I will base on that, I will not do my business again. I won't be able to perform because that money itself won't be able to cater for my needs. So therefore, combine the business and so make things easy. So it make me to see those money as nothing. So if I'm giving it to, then I have that thing in me that I will not destroy my name. So that tomorrow my children can be bold of my name. That so our father when it was like this. Now we were going like that. You know, the issue of Tescom came up. I could remember Kabiyesi Oba Sofio Dr. Khalid Olabisi Ilugbemidepo 3. Kí ọba pẹ́, kẹsàn ọba kó jọ kó pẹ́. We're discussing, he told me, he invited me to his palace that there's a serious issue we're having in the town now. I said, what was the issue? Baba told me that the Tescom office, that they don't have permanent office in Shaki. That, and truly, anybody that knows their history, they were using this present opposite the present where SCDA. Okay. There was a building opposite it beside Pepsi. So that was the building they were using for their office before. Later, they moved them from that place down to there is a Baba Nesco, former Alhaji Nesco, late Alhaji Nesco Tech. He got one building, 2 Street. They moved to that place. From that place, they still moved to DTC, Technical College. Now the command school. So when the army came, so they said they can stay with civilian. So there's now how they can be accommodating them there. They need to vacate that place. So they now shift them to Baptist High School library. So that was the office they were using. Now, when Kabiyesi told me that in that very night, I was shocked that, okay, here is the body that is in charge of secondary school education in our axis here. And if they don't have conducive office, they don't have where it's okay for them, how will they be able to discharge their duty the way it's expected? And if you check at the volume of the students we have in secondary school, you will know this Shaki alone is more than 5,000. Okay. And my own agenda too is to contribute my own quota to education sector. So now, they even that as at that time, they are at the point of telling people to start raising money to build that office for the town. And the reason being is that they said that time they do not have office. They were frustrated. And Aguare here said they should come, that they have a house that they will donate to Tescom. That so Tescom can come to Aguare and make the place their zonal headquarters. Now,
so Shaki will report to them.
Shaki, yes. So now I'm now the honorable member representing the town at that period. So now I not had to the institution that's in Shaki. So the institution will now be reducing during my own tenure. I got that spirit. I said, no, this thing will not happen in my own time. And whether in legislative arm, executive arm, judiciary arm, I'm one part of the government. I'm a representative. So I disagree with the idea of contributing money for that project. I just told Kabiyesi that night, I say, Kabiyesi sir, please give me 1 or 2 weeks. I want to go back and think about the issues. And I told him one way that I will discuss with the governor regards the issue that I'm sure governor is not aware. See, you understand? That's what I just told. I left that night. I traveled back to Ibadan. Now, when I was going inside the vehicle, and you know, I have this passion for Shaki land. Any issues that will affect the town, it always shake my mind. I won't have rest of mind. Throughout that 4 years as an honorable member, I won't have. Throughout my journey down to Ibadan, that was what I was thinking inside my mind. What can we do? I don't want these things to start going, because before you know it, politics will enter. People will start saying, we are contributing money to do project for them. An opposition can come in through that. Yeah. It's any from left. If you are a politician, you should be thinking left and right, front and back. So you should always be at alert. So we think to, okay, later, when I woke up the following day, I just got that feelings in me that if this project is the last project I will do for my people, I can do it. So I should just embark on it. But I should tell them to give me a period of 2 years so that I'll finish it up. Let the people be managing where they are now, or we support them to still make the place be okay temporarily. So the time will come. So after that, I called Kabiesiba. I said, Kabiesi, I'm going to take that project up. I'm going to build it for Shaki. Kabiesi, what? He was so shocked that, Femi, you know, but he prayed for me. Yeah. As a royal father. He said, Ọlọ́run á fún ẹ ṣe, àwọn alálẹ̀ àti ẹlẹ́yìn. He prayed, did all of things. He encouraged me. Said, Vat was so happy that he's having me as a son. And this time around, so I approached the local government chairman there. That was Alhaji Mudashiru Obodo. He was the caretaker chairman there. That, okay, please look for a space for me where I can build this Tescom office. And he graciously gave us a side beside Nitel. That place is his Nitel office before. I was Nitel office before. So they gave us that portion. That was how, on my second year anniversary, that was how we laid the foundation of Tescom. That was the history of Tescom office, coming up with Tescom. So, my brother, it wasn't easy. If you, that structure now is like a 5-bedroom flat. By assessing, and it's even more that because there is all there, and there is conference room there. Now you now have 5 offices again. So before store and all these things. So it's even more than that. It's like, so it wasn't easy. When I got to some stage of building that, I really say, God, what brought me to this? But you know, when you are determined at times that this is what I would do for. Even some of my colleagues challenge me that why do I embark in that kind of project and this thing. Now, I need to project the image of the government and part of it positively. At the same time, the town I'm representing, I should not allow anything to be taken away from the town. Because at that point, that office may be taken away from Shaki. So, therefore, now, by building that office there now, at least I've contributed to education sectors indirectly. I've touched over 5,000 students. Yes. I think that office with them there. And let me shock you, even the headquarters in Oyo State, they don't have that befitting office like the one of Shaki. So the Shaki's office now is the reference point that they do discuss in Ibadan. I'm in Ibadan, I'm in the secretariat. The board, they send letter to me, letter of appreciation, and they document it to be in their history book. That so time, the only honorable that did this so things to Tescom and sector. So the record is still there. So if anybody say, I'll be Tescom, education is the best legacy you can give to your children. So, and people that are in charge, if we don't give them conducive environment, how do we expect our children, our students to have good education? So everybody gets dreams, and we have way of implementing it. So that's the way of implementing my own contribution to education sector at secondary school level.
Exactly, Honorable Femi Julius, by your narratives, we give it to you. It's an amazing one.
Yes, thank you.
We still want to return back to fundamental development of Shaki.
Yes, sir.
You know, just like you have rightly pointed out, it is not your primary function to develop the town.
Yes, sir.
Rather, the primary function is to make laws and then supervisory role. Though I wanted to go to an area of that supervision on this new market, new international market, that what has been operated, what has been the supervisory role, because there are issues on it that the money has been spent.
God bless you. I move motion on that one too. So
has the money been spent? Because there are
Well,
speculations.
we check the records, we have to say the truth. We cannot say because whether you are PDP or APC, the masses don't care about that one. What you have to deliver is over. When we check the record, the only money that was given, that was released, is for the grading of the route down to that place.
Not for construction.
Not for construction. So that's the pure truth. And the money was released during the last administration of Governor Ajimobi.
Sorry, do you have an idea of how much?
It's something million upward like that. When I checked the record that time. So that was
So we'll still follow up on that. I want to return back to the governor. He's our father in the state.
Yes.
And then I want to ask, do you think he's a listening governor?
Yes, he is.
Now, do you think he's still listening to you?
Yes, he's still.
To you?
Yes, he's still
All right.
listening.
Do you think?
And the reason why I say so, when you meet somebody and still about Shaki, so at least which means you're still much interested in Shaki.
With the narratives on ground, do you think Shaki people have a reason to believe that the governor doesn't care about them? Do you think the Shaki community has reasons to have a feeling that the governor doesn't care for them?
Or they are right that it seems the governor, because right now the assumptions of people is that the governor does not more care about Shaki. He does not have a third term he's looking for. He does not have any agenda. He does not need Shaki people's vote. So it seems as if he is no more relating with Shaki on that basis.
Okay. That's political assumption. Yeah. And I want to tell my people at home, the viewers and the masses, when allegation is coming up, you have to vet it. Vet those allegations. Where is it coming from? This part of the world, our own weapon of politics is somehow funny and it's dangerous. Some people will just frame things up, just not for the masses, but they will present it as if they are defending the interests of the masses in order to gain their own political ambition.
Honorable, do you think Shaki community offended the governor at that point in time?
Wait now, I'm getting to what I'm saying. Okay. Now, something happened last week. Governor had his break holiday in Fashola. Now, he needs to go and celebrate the Christmas with his chief of staffs and some political stakeholder in Ogbomoso land. Now, if you know Fashola, I think the best route for him to follow down to Ogbomoso is to follow new Ise Ifatokwe route of Ogbomoso and get to Ogbomoso within 1 hour. Abi? But the governor did not do so. He drove down to Shaki to check this Shaki Ogboro Igboho road, the ongoing constructions, before now crossing down to Ogbomoso. Now, tell me, please, George, say he loves Shaki ni or he hates Shaki without action. Please tell me.
One can say that he's performing his administrative role. One can say maybe he's performing.
But we had other governor that has been in this position before that they did not do this before. Are they not performing the administrative role? We have governor that started the road project, that left it, and even told our people when they told us Erukun power that say ma bomi won.
That's true.
Have we forgotten those things?
That's true.
I love that.
So, and we have gotten one now that is helping us to do all those things. What we need now is to show him love, and I appreciate him that at least he's doing those things.
Honorable, we need to be sensitive to this.
Yes.
I have some pointers.
Okay.
Pointers that has been in the public domain of conversation. That let's take the road network as an instance.
Okay.
You discover the number of roads that lead to Isheyin.
Okay.
And then you now talk of the roads that lead to Shaki town.
Okay.
You observe that once you get to Isheyin to Shaki, you now have a tug of war. But from Isheyin to Ibadan, it's all right. You now have another one from Oyo to Isheyin, from Ogbomoso to Isheyin. Okay. And you begin to observe and say that what's actually wrong with Shaki Town. We have the passport office also in Oyo Town.
Okay.
So you now begin to ask what particularly is wrong. At a point in time, the governor will always be in Shaki Town,
Yes.
having his birthday celebration, but at a point in time, you just discover that things stopped. That's one side of the conversation. The road network, I want you to talk about that. What's happening? Why is the government overlooking? That was why we talk about listening. The road from Isheyin to Shaki Town. That's one side. The second, because of the time, is Osadep. I want you to respond. What is wrong? What is the status of Osadep as we speak? Because physically, obviously it's no longer active, and the governor at some point in time spent fund there rehabilitating it, and then the name was changed from Osadep to Osaida, making it to look like a business venture, like what is really happening. And then when you now come to another structure that Shaki can be proud of, is still the Okeogun Polytechnic. You see the situations there. When you get there, you can almost think, is this an educational institution? You have the whole place in a bushy, and then there's this conversation around someone governor has put over the council, which is a platinum, that before they can spend any money, they have to go to him for approval. And there's still also the speculation that any money that comes into the school, he takes 10% of it. And then even that institution, when you have an institution, all these artisans in the community are supposed to enjoy. They should take projects from that institution. The report that are coming in is that whenever they want to do anything, they go to the platinum and they tell them, I will handle this, I will handle this, I will handle this. So what is really going on? The community is no longer benefiting from it. We now have the institution flooded with casual staffs who are supposed to be training young minds. So when we see all these analysis, when we ask, is the governor actually being told the reality of the hardship in the Shaki community? So talking about all these pointers, what do you think is really going on?
And to add to it, it's in the public domain now that it seems as if governor is strengthening Isheyin particularly for maybe to take up a political post in the next administration, and maybe Shaki now is being kept aside. If you look at it, we have Fashola now just developed, he rehabilitated the place. If you look at it again, Isheyin, Lautech has a mini campus that is functional even in Isheyin. So, and the only institution we have, just like he said, Okeogun Polytechnic Shaki, is still like.
So on those 3 pointers.
Okay. Anyway, let me start on the issue of the road.
Yes, sir.
That you talked about. You see, from Oyo down to Shaki to Ilesha, do you know it's federal road? It's not state government road. Even the one Oyo to Isheyin that was constructed by Governor Seyi Makinde, it is a federal government road. Up till now, federal government has not paid Oyo State government back the money that was used on that road. In fact, governor still mentioned it sometimes back that he knows one day, even if he's there or he's no more there, there will be a federal government that will come and check the file and say, let's pay these people the money spent. Now, on the day of presentation of 2025 budget, that issue was raised, I think, by Honorable from Igboho. He talks about the road. And the governor put challenge to him that thank God that we have senator now that is ruling party, which is at the federal level, senator. And we have House of Rep that is a ruling party, APC, that is sending him to them, that they should please help him to talk to them in Abuja. Immediately they give approval for the reconstruction of that road. He assured that he's going to construct that road. So you see,
Shaki to Isheyin road.
Yes, you see, there are some issues underground, but due to political reason, they will not tell you the truth. They didn't grant the approval to construct that road.
What can the public do to facilitate that?
please let the public see the senator representing Oyo North
Okay.
and the honorable representative federal constituency. At least they are from APC, so they also, you see, we are to work hand in hand, irrespective of party. You understand? All what we need is to deliver to our people. So if those people can talk to the executive arm of government at the federal level, the grant our approval for your state government to reconstruct the road, I can assure you that road will be reconstructed.
They are not, if I'm getting it right, they are not asking the federal government to come and construct that road. They are asking for approval so that the government will
That's what I'm
construct.
saying now.
And they don't still grant their
Yes.
approval. And we can't just keep silent. And
So if there's any means you guys know that they can do, me, I will assure you, immediately they grant that approval for the reconstruction of that road to your state government, I'm sure.
Well, after this conversation, we'll be reaching out to the senator to ask what is happening. And I want to ask this: when the state government was constructing or getting approval for Oyo to Ogbomoso, all those other federal roads,
that one is not federal road.
I mean,
that Fatokpe, Iseyin to Ogbomoso,
exactly.
It's not federal road. Okay. It's a state government road.
I mean, Ibadan. What of Ibadan to
Iseyin? It's a state government road. Okay. Those ones are state government.
So
only Oyo to Iseyin
is
a federal government.
I want to ask
you, sorry, biased, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that you have road network from Ogbomoso to Iseyin, Ibadan to Iseyin? Why can't they just balance the equation?
You know the issue is that it's geographical locations. You understand? It's not whether it's political interest. That's what Iseyin is just like gateways to Okeogun. You understand? There's no how you'll be coming to Okeogun access that you will not pass through that place. You get the point now. So now it's just geographical location that made that things to be like that. Okay, now if I'm sure if there is a road in our master plan that link Saki to Ogbomoso, governor will have constructed the road now. See, you understand? But all those roads you see, it's a new road. That Iseyin to Ogbomoso, yes. But it was in master plan. So they have it in the plan of your state. See, you understand? So now, all what we need to do now, politics apart, all this, the present House of Rep member, Oga was in PDP before he moved to APC. So we know ourselves. See, you understand? All what we are discussing here is just to work together for the betterment of our society. So, and I'm very sure it's a ranking member. What do I mean by ranking member? Somebody that is third time in the House of Rep. And even the Senator Senator Fatai Buhari, whom I so much respect. Because it's politics apart. When we talk to legislative aspect of it, I give him kudos. And even the present one now, still is the House of Rep. At least I watch through their sittings, some of the motions they move, some of them. So let's just encourage them that they should please act this issue of this route. They should make a move to the lobby.
Honorable, while we promise to also have an engagement with them, the director is just signaling to me that we need to round up.
Okay.
I want to ask this. There was a science or there was an arrangement that happened for the approval of the federal road that Oyo State government did to Iseyin. What's really wrong? Why was that same mechanism not working for the road from Iseyin to Saki? What's really happening?
I was privileged to get some information. It was Fashola that was Minister for Work and Transport there.
Yes.
It took a lot of lobbying. Project that you want to spend your state money on. Yes. It took a lot of politics, intrigues, and this thing before they got that. And don't forget that it was during Buhari's regime. So when new administration comes, your old connection might not work. It may take times before you get things.
Honorable, two questions in one. Still on this road matters.
Yes.
At a point in time, at this point in time, do you think the Shaki community should be worried about the fact that they are being maligned? Now we have university in Ishain. We now have all roads leading to Ishain, and then they are being opted out of this development. Do you think there's a reason for them to be bothered that politics is not working for?
No, they should not. Please, and I want to encourage our people. I think what Shaki really need now, we just need to re-strategize our way of playing our card when it comes to politics. You understand? And we should not be discouraged at all. You see, we are getting it right, and we'll still get it more right. You understand? They should not be. Now, at least, let me come back. I know there's a question you wanted to ask, whether by omissions, that whether governor was angry about Shaki or whatever. You see, when what is called politics, it goes with conflict. It goes with conflict. And even as a son to my parents, we do have conflict. But it's left to her to resolve it amicably. What the governor was trying to express is that he loved Shaki so much. So he was expecting Shaki to reciprocate his love for Shaki. You understand? But it wasn't at that level.
They related with
So you understand what I'm saying? So if he feels not maybe we feel that the town didn't reciprocate. If he didn't love us, he would just keep quiet. He would not say anything. But it's because he still loved the town. That's why he complained that I love this town. If you remember, the opposition that are framing issues up, they just pick some words, but they don't pick the background to those words. Somebody said all is a 4 years birthday. It was celebrated in Shaki. He even signed budget in Shaki, which has never happened in the history of Oyo State. That Shaki is his second home. You see, somebody that don't love Shaki will say that word. But during this also thing was expecting that the town will reciprocate back. He now said he want to please admonish us, beg us that when next politics come, we should not allow anybody to preach politics of religion. Rather, we should ask the person that, what have you done to Shaki community? What are your achievements? What have you brought to us? Sure, you understand? Yes. And what do you have for us? That's what things we should be asking. Now, check those words in tattoo. But when they want to pick, they only pick religion from his speech that very day.
Honorable, you are close to the governor. Yeah, do you think he has forgiven the Shaki community?
Honestly, he has done that.
Do you think Shaki community should be expecting something from him?
By special grace of God, we should be expecting technical school.
1.
Yes. And the completion of this route.
2.
This Shaki Ogboro Igboho road. By special grace of God. Those are the two things I'm very sure.
Okay, because of our time, let's go to Osadep.
Okay. With your relationship with the governor, what other things do you think we need in Shaki that you can facilitate, or things you can speak to him for to bring to Shaki?
Presently now, I'm not member House of Assembly.
But you have a good relationship.
You understand? And I don't want to talk more than what I can chew. You understand? So, the two projects that I've mentioned, let's get those one accomplished. You understand? When we got those one accomplished, we'll still know the next one. You understand? So we'll still place before him. Now, but I believe he's willing to do more before the tenure.
What's happening in Osadep? What's the status?
The issue of Osadep, it's no more Osadep, it's Osadep.
Yes.
And purely their ideology is agribusiness. Now, I think what is happening now, most of this agribusiness, I think whether it's somehow PPA arrangement, public-private partnership, whether they've not gotten people that show much interest from this axis of her, I don't really have much information about it.
Honorable, I want you to talk to the governor.
but I
Those
can-
structures are collapsing already.
But I can promise you that I can, even the DG, Dr. Debo, is a good Egbon. And even him, if you call him, you have any question, the man will answer you. So I can contact him and say, Egbon, what's going on? What's your plan? How can we? So we want this thing at least to get more attention. So
Honorable,
These are things that will really boost the IGR of this time.
and you talk about the issue of
before we
polytechnic.
go there, sir, I want you to make a promise to us at Juggernaut Africa, and then to the Saki community. This is your camera, sir. I want you to make a promise to us that you are going to be talking to everyone that is significant to the development of that Osadep and the restoration of its glory, including the governor. And then you put every effort to ensure that that place is resuscitated. I'll give you this background, sir. There are times that they will release. I was at Imwa about 2 weeks ago, and then I had conversation with some group of farmers. They said at times they will be coming to Osadep. They will say, okay, they only needed farmers who are in commercial capacity, so they give those free fertilizers to them. At the end of the day, these big farmers sell to them. So at a point in time, they stopped. So they are abandoning that Osadep, now Osaida. Are you promising the community that you are going to do all in your power to restore the glory of Osadep in Shaki again? This is your camera.
No, me, I can't promise you. Because
That you make effort.
presently now,
Yes, sir.
I'm not an honorable member. I'm not an elected officer. I'm a political appointee. I'm an appointee of the governor. I'm limited presently. Say you understand. But what I can only assure our people. And let me tell you about the issue of fertilizer you discussed. You know, we need to vet some of this information people are bringing. I could remember last year, some around July, no, maybe late October stroke early September, some farmers from Isale Okeasis, they came to me that they heard that the Oyo State is giving fertilizer to farmers, that they don't know how to link up with the commissioner for agric. And I helped them through. And they later gave them the fertilizer free. And they called me back. I can show you the WhatsApp chat. They appreciated that they've given them to them. So why is that issue coming up that they only give to commercial people? One thing I want us to believe is that the thing cannot circulate at once. You understand? So, but the issue of fertilizer, but on the issue of Osada, I will need to confirm what is going on. So you understand? And on issue of polytechnic, let me quickly touch that one, because I'm part of this town, Shaki, and we have brothers and sisters too that works there, even as a casuals. And but let me assure you, by special grace of God Almighty, you can see the level at which Governor Seyi Makinde is recruiting now. Say you want to talk of primary health care, hospital management board, you want to talk of TESCOM, you want to talk of Superb. It has never happened in the history of Oyo State, this type of recruitment. Now, even where I'm holding now, the office I'm holding as a chairman now, we will soon recruit in Oyo State House of Assembly too. So that you see the, so which means it's a pointer to Polytechnic too, that very soon they also got employed. You get? So, and if people are having issues, there are ways that they've not been making good use of. We have your representative in House of Assembly. You have House Committee on Educations. They are in charge of anything educations that to oversight. If there's anything that is wrong, you have the right to petition the house, to write petitions to the house that this is what is going on. No, this also consultant. This is how it's treating people. When you write that petition, let me assure you, let me give you that promise. If there's anything that you see that is very wrong in that place, please compile it and write your petitions bring it, address it to the Speaker or your State House of Assembly, copy House Committee on Educations, bring it, we submit it to the committee. They will invite the consultant down and the management say that what's going on. They must tell us what transpired there. So you understand? So that we hear from A, we hear from B, and we put things right. But now I can't actually believe the way they said it is until we verify. That's the beauty of a legislative arm of government. So you understand?
It's been amazing speaking to you. Have you forgiven? Because, like you said, politics is a game whereby you get offended. As the Shaki community offended you in the last election that wasn't working well?
I can't say Shaki can never offend me. You understand? The time you were born, the time you grown up. So my parents, both parents, they are here. You understand? My father retired at this same Osade we're talking about. So my mother, so here, and
people thought you lost that election because you disconnected with those guys whose back you rode on to office.
And also, some even said it's because your team were not efficient as possible, that your team were blocking access. That
to
was
you
why
at that time.
my brother, when failures come, everybody will bring his own reasons. You understand me? But go and check the history of election in Shaki. Has anybody done second term as House of Assembly? Then, when they lose their second term bid, what is the figure that they used to lose? Go and check my figure. And I want to assure Saki community today, I didn't lose that election. I won that election, first one.
Have you challenged it in the court of?
I did. That was what brought the issue of rerun.
So what's happening with the rerun?
Let me tell you, the figure, the figure of that elections, the actual figure that even is 230. They declared 270. First point. Now, when we check the documents of those elections, we have the document for the election now that we got from the INEC. That please, because it was around 7-8 in the night that the whole story changed. It was congratulating message till that kind of hits in the night. Now, when after the election, this thing, and let me still tell the public today, that election shouldn't have been declared that very day. It should be inconclusive by electoral law. That election of that day shouldn't be election to be declared. Should be inconclusive. And you ask me what are the reasons. Now, the electoral law says if there is cancellations at some polling unit and the margin of leading is lower than the voting strength of those polling units, that election should be inconclusive. Now, the council election Ward 11, Unit 19, Ogbalanja, there, the voting strength of that place is 535. 535. Write it down. Now, the council election in Isaleoro, that voting strength of that place is 750. Calculate 535 and 750. That's 1,002 something. And you use 270 to declare. Did I lose that election? I didn't lose it. Now, let me see now bust you. In Ward 1, Unit 14, Koko, the APC candidate got maybe like 75. They changed it to 135. It shows we tender in the court of law. In one primary school, Awarudin, along Ogboro Road, there, the APC got 103. They changed it to 135. There is a school here in Njalo that there, Ward 9, Unit 28. That one I mentioned before is Ward 9, Unit 24. Unit 28 there. No, this one Unit 24. That one is Unit 28. The electoral law says you must record the number of accredited voter, abi, before you give the number of people that vote. No record for accredited voter. They just wrote the figure. Like that in 7 polling units. That was what we took to the court.
Did you sense all these things was a conspiration against you?
It was a conspiration.
What do you think was responsible? Is it as a result of people felt that at a point when the second election was coming, you already felt, I've won this election, I don't need to campaign, I don't need to lobby anyone, I don't need to...
I campaign the way I should. I did what I said. But in life, just have it in mind, your progress is a threat to some people. So I won't use that word more than that. But it's anybody that love the progress of the town he claimed shouldn't think in that way. You understand? I will not talk more than that in that one. Now, 7 polling units we took to the court of law. Out of these 7 units now, Nigeria Factor, they now only give judgment on only 2 polling units. And they remain silent on the other 5 polling units. Whether they rule against or they rule against. Have you ever seen that? They didn't say anything. That was what we brought. But on ground, and the rerun is a testament that I didn't lose election this time. On rerun election day, we won. But the figure that was on ground to meet up, that was the only thing we couldn't meet up with. If I at that 2 polling unit, at least I still led with 53 votes. That same election, the way it was so tough was this and that. I still won that very day. And that day, what people don't know today, early in the morning, every people that came to support me for that election, I told them that my political career does not worth the blood of people. That I beg everybody that they should please. I don't want anybody to be killed. I don't want any blood to be shed. If we win that election, fine. If we lose it, fine. That they should please let everything goes like that. Since that time, I've not talked about that election, if not till today. So, and that is the truth. I'm telling the people of Saki West, I never lose election in Saki. And all this record I've given about the elections, the election material, INEC is there. It's public office. Please go and check the result for Oyo State House of Assembly 2023 election. Ward 1, Unit 14. Go and check it. You see the rigging, I'm telling you. Go and check Ward 7, Ward 6, Unit Isaleoro, Oduosun. Go and check it. That's I've forgotten the unit name, but just the name of the unit now is Oduosun. Go and check the results there. Go and see the rigging that happened there. Go and check this Ward 9, Unit 28. Go and see the rigging there. Check Ward 9, Unit 24. Go and see the rigging there. So you will know whether Femi Julius lose election in Saki or not. But I'm the type that do allow things to go. Because I believe I'm not limited to one place. If you block me this way, God Almighty will still open a good way. So if your talent beyond what people can cover up, you always overcome. So,
do you think God has compensated you?
Yes.
I must give it to you because at least the way you were mentioning the name of this polling unit is amazing to me that you still do not forget. Is it that you don't forget those where you had problem, or you can actually...
There's no any places I cannot. So when the story is coming that whether it disconnect from people, me that I will be in Saki riding Okada myself, the honorable member, I will be riding a bike myself.
While in office?
Yes. Even yesterday, I was riding bike through this access to my house. I was coming from Ijalo, that I'm the one that ride the bike. I rode the bike. So where is the story coming from? But let me put it to our people. When you elected the political officer to be your legislature, coming to your assembly, every day, to visit you and dash you token. That's not the function, oh. That's a politics of deceiving. Please, if we want to assess people in this town, please check their function. Do they perform well or not? Then check their public-oriented projects, whether the project they embark on benefit the masses or is to some certain group of people. Those are the things to assess public.
We would love to have you once again in this studio at of Juggernaut Africa, Shaki Town. I want us to go on with this. Now, Shaki is developing sporadically. We now have young minds springing up with organizations and companies. Like we have a whole lot of them. We have the Eco Clean that just launched their office lately. We have a whole lot of them now. We have the architecture influencer. I don't know if you are conversant with all this development going on amidst the youth.
Yes. I can't say how happy I am, because seeing the young ones coming up with this gigantic project, and it shows that this town have a good future. That is just the pure truth. That's the little way I can summarize everything. Even the studio I am now, when I got here, I was so amazed that we have people that can think up to this level in our own environment, in our community. And I want to give it to Juggernaut
Africa,
that you are doing well in somebody's tone. And I pray greater heights in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And the other young ones in other fields that are coming on with this idea. My aim and idea is that the youths are the leaders of today. That tomorrow, they've been telling us 37 years back that you are leader of tomorrow. When is that tomorrow going to come? If not now, we have to start the process now. Yakub Gowon ruled us at the age of 29. If I'm not mistaken, Muritala Mohammed is within that range of 29-30. Obasanjo is first ruled us at the age of 30, something like that. So, and if you check us here, our age is up to those age. So it's a good step, and I want to encourage our young ones that are trying to strive, and that they should please continue and don't be discouraged. Along the line, you will come across a lot of discouragement, labeling, and giving you different names. Please be focused. Through that, you will achieve more than what you expect.
Two more things to respond to before you go, Honorable Femi Julius. Architecture influencers spring up in Shaki and is growing so vibrantly. Just being awarded as the best architect of the year.
I'm happy for you, and I see once again I say congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
So it's been amazing. And then lastly, I want you to look to your camera, and the thing you are going to be those you are going to be talking to is Shaki. I want you to pass your New Year message to Shaki. It's been a while. The electioneering season is over, and governance is
in place now.
Yes. What is your word going forward to, one, the youth on the street, two, our elders, and three, the Shaki community as a whole? And then I want you to talk also to the two religious bodies on their role to development in general.
We know we have more than two religious bodies.
Definitely. So you talk to.
Okay. Anyway, I want to use this opportunity to wish our people in Shaki, my people, Happy New Year. And I wish us a prosperous New Year in Jesus' name. One thing I always preach, I got interviewed today by ITV, and what I said there is still what I'll say here, is that please, let's unite ourselves. In unity, development will come. When we unite, we form a formidable team. whatever we wish and we want to achieve, it will be so easy for us. Whether you are a Christian, whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a traditional worshiper, we are all one before God Almighty. It's God that knows who is serving Him. So, and I want to say it openly, politics has gone. Now it is governance. And what can we work together to bring to Shaki land? That is what I aim at. So, whether you are in APC now, I'm in PDP, or whether APP or whichever party, we need to work together in unity to develop Shaki community and its environment. And I pray to God Almighty that Shaki will continue to grow higher in Jesus' name. And I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate the Kabiyesi Oba Sofio Dr. Khalid Olabisi Ilugbemidopo, the Okere of Shaki. I want to appreciate him. He's a good father, and I pray ẹ̀sìn òkú ajẹ́ ẹ̀sìn ọba àjòkó pẹ́ o, ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ apẹ́ lọ́wọ́, bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run. And all the Muslim community in the town, mo kí gbogbo wa, ọdún ayọ̀ la máa ṣe. My Christian fellow in Shaki, from the Kan Chairman, Pentecostal, and all the blocks, I appreciate you all. Gbogbo wa lágbára Ọlọ́run, àní pàdánù ilé ológo, ọdún ayọ̀ lọ́dún yìí ló máa jẹ́ fún wa. And to our traditional worshiper, we so much appreciate you. And I've never even heard of any crisis about traditional worshiper in the town of anything. So I give it to you on that. And I pray God Almighty, tí ẹ̀yin believe pé Olódùmarè will always be with all of us. I appreciate all body in the town. Gbogbo àwọn májò bàjẹ́ ìlú Ṣakí, ọkùnrin, obìnrin, bàbá, ìyá, ọmọdé, àgbàlagbà. I greet us all. And the youth in the town. I want to tell you categorically today, without the youth, who is Femi? Even my ambition in 2019, winning election, the youth plays significant role in achieving that aims that time. So I so much appreciate you. I love you. And I still look forward for your support and teamwork so that we can have better future for Saki West, Oyo State, Nigeria at large. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it can only be happening in Juggernaut Africa, and that is Honorable Femi Julius Omo GB in the house. It's been conversation back to back, and the conversation cannot even end today. He needs to get back to the studio to shed more light to some of this conversation. Please, this month of January is going to be an hot season. I want you to punch on the subscribe button and the bell for notification, because this season is going to be a very hot one. Your comments are going to be gathered and probably sent to guests that we are going to be having this season, and we have greater conversations. Once again, you are welcome. This is Juggernaut Africa.